What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Flames back at it again today with another video. Today, we're going to be reading through Genesis 30. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Chapter 30. When Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, now mind you, in the last chapter, we were talking about how Jacob's first wife, Leah, who he got finessed into marrying, um, bore 4 sons for him. Um, when Rachel, the girl that he really wanted, hadn't born any children, and back then, it would be much better for you to birth a son than a daughter because having a son would be of much more value. Um, because I mean, men kind of ran the world back then. It's just how it worked. But yeah, chapter. When Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, she envied her sister. She said to Jacob, "Give me children, or I shall die." Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, "Am I in the place of God, who has withheld you from the fruit of the womb?" Then she said, "Here's my servant Boanna. Go in to her, and if she may give birth on my behalf, that even I may have children through her." So she gave him her servant. Belial as a wife, Jacob went into her, and Belial conceived and bore Jacob a son. Then Rachel said, "God has judged me, and has also heard my voice and given me a son." Therefore she called his name Dan. Rachel's servant Belial conceived again and bore Jacob a second son. Then Rachel said, with mighty wrestlings I have wrestled with my sister and have prevailed. So she called his name Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had ceased bearing children, she took her servant Zilpah and gave her to Jacob as a wife. Then Leah's servant Zilpah bore Jacob a son. Then Leah said, "Good fortune has come." So he called his name Gad. Leah's servant Zilpah bore Jacob a second son, and Leah said, "Happy am I, for women have called me happy." So she called his name Asher. In the days of wheat harvest, Reuben went and found mandrakes in the field. I don't know what a mandrake is. I'm assuming it's some sort of plant. I'm not sure. Um, Mandrakes in the field and brought them to his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, "Please, give me some of your son's mandrakes." But she said to her, "Is it a small matter that you have taken away my husband? Would you take away my son's mandrakes also?" Rachel said. "Then he may lie with you tonight in exchange for your son's mandrakes." When Jacob came from the field in the evening, Leah went out to him and said, "You must come into me, for I have hired you with my son's mandrakes." So he lay with her that night. And God listened to Leah, and she conceived and bore Jacob a fifth son. Leah said, "God has given me my wages because I gave my servant to my husband." So she called his name Isaac Shar. And Leah conceived again, and she bore Jacob a sixth son. Wow, Jacob had no daughters. It's crazy. Then Leah said, "God has endowed me with a good endowment. Now my husband will honor me because I have borne him 6 sons." So she called his name Zebulun. Afterward, she bore a daughter and called her name Dinah. Then God remembered Rachel, and God listened to her and opened her womb. She conceived and bore a son and said, "God has taken away my reproach." And she called his name Joseph, saying, "May the Lord add to me another son." So, in total, I believe that means that Jacob has 9 sons with 4 different women. That's crazy. As soon as Rachel had born Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, "Send me away that I may go to my own home and country. Give me my wives and my children from whom I have served you, that I may go, for you know the service that I have given you." But Laban said to him, "If I have found favor in your sight, I have learned by divination that the Lord has blessed me because of you. Name your wages and I will give it." And Jacob said to him, You yourself know how I have served you, and how your livestock has fared with me. For you had little before I came, and it has increased abundantly, and the Lord has blessed you wherever I turn. But now, when I should provide for my own household also, he said. What shall I give you? Jacob said. You shall not give me anything, for if you will do this for me, I will again pasture your flock and keep it. Let me pass through all your flock today, removing from it every speckled and spotted sheep and every black lamb, and the spotted and speckled among the goats, and they should be my wages. So my honesty will answer for me later. When you come to look into my wages with you, everyone that is not speckled and spotted amongst the goats and black amongst the lambs, if found with me, shall be counted stolen. Laban said, Good. Let it be as if you said. But that day Laban removed the male goats that were striped and spotted, and all the female goats that were speckled and spotted, every one that had white on it, and every lamb that was black, and put them in charge of his sons. And he set a distance of 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob pastured the rest of Laban's flock. Then Jacob took fresh sticks of poplar and almond and plane trees, and peeled white streaks in them, exposing the white of the sticks. He set the sticks that he had peeled in front of the flocks and shores, that is, the watering places where the flocks came to drink. And since they bred when they came to drink, the flocks bred in front of the sticks, so the flocks brought forth striped, speckled, and spotted. And Jacob separated the lambs and set the faces of the flocks towards the striped, and all the black in the flock of Laban. And put his own droves apart, and did not put them with Laban's flock. Wherever the stronger of the flock were breeding, Jacob would lay the sticks in the church before the eyes of the flock, that they might breed among the sticks. But for the fever of the flock, he would not lay them there. So the fever would be Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's. Thus the man increased greatly, and had large flocks, female servants, and male servants, and camels and donkeys. Hold on, I'm gonna read back through this so I can understand it a little bit better, because I read it pretty fast. So he basically kind of finessed this guy, is what I'm understanding, so that he would have the better livestock, even though he kind of made it seem like that's not the case. Um, thus the man increased greatly. Whenever the stronger of the flock were breeding, Jacob would lay the sticks and troughs before the eyes of the flock, that they might breed among the sticks. For the fever of the flocks, he would not lay them there, so the fever would be Laban's and the stronger Jacob's. Yeah, so somehow, some way, um, using, the words, I mean, it's kind of fair. I mean, I kind of understand. It's not really wrong they did this. Another dude did agree to it, but you got to understand too that the only reason Jacob was there for that long is because he was there originally for Rachel and was gonna just stay for the 7 years, and then he had to do an additional 7 years of service because this guy tricked him. So I mean, he's kind of just returning the favor, honestly. But um, yeah, that's the end of the chapter today. Kind of cool to read about Jacob because I mean that's who I was named after, and I'm sure we're gonna hear more about him. Yeah, that's it for today. I appreciate y'all for watching. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.